In the story of Dragon Ball, Frieza has become a recurring theme and villain that has rarely left our thoughts and minds, and even to this day, he remains alive somewhere in the universe, plotting his revenge on Goku and Vegeta. However, something often forgot about Frieza is that he possesses both a father and brother who also appeared in the series, but that once destroyed were never to be seen again. But that all changes in today's manga, where Frieza will finally reunite with both his father King Cold and elder brother Cooler in one of the most sinister get-togethers ever seen on YouTube. But before we begin, support this video and channel by leaving a like right now as you're reading this and watching till the very end for its shocking conclusion. Enjoy. Our story begins in the deep reaches of space, where a familiar ship is seen and Lord Frieza resides, looking out the window thinking to himself, I wonder what those damn monkeys are up to right now. Before suddenly the door slams open and one of Frieza's men yells out, Frieza-sama! I have news, my sire! Frieza, who is visibly ready to murder this man for disrupting his peace, then tells him, This better be good, foot soldier, or your life ends here! Spit it out! Immediately the foot soldier is petrified in the spot, knowing all too well Frieza's reputation for ending his subordinates' lives, and quickly then begins speaking, saying, Frieza-sama, I apologize profusely for disturbing your wine time, my lord, but we found a new set of Dragon Balls. On one of the planets we scavenged, a complete set of 3 balls was found, and it was confirmed by the inhabitants that just with these 3, any 3 wishes can be granted. Frieza, of course, is shocked and spits out his wine before inquiring further, saying, What? What do you mean, foot soldier? This better not be a mistake. You've made me spit out my expensive wine to entertain this foolishness. I thought only the Earth and Namek had those special balls. The foot soldier in submission then carefully replies, No, my lord, it appears any planet with a Namekian has the possibility of having Dragon Balls. It appears their species has the ability alone to produce these balls with the right teaching. On this scavenged planet, there is an ancient Namekian there, along with inhabitants from all different planets. We have detained him, and as long as he is alive, the Dragon Balls will be functional. We are currently keeping him under guard and constant care to ensure his survival. Frieza, finally understanding the situation, then gives off a sinister smile, saying, Good work, foot soldier. You did well. Looks like after all these years, my plan can finally begin. You've done well. Remind me to reward you your own planet and squadron after I've made my wishes. You surely deserve it from your loving leader. The foot soldier, who is now overjoyed but nervous at the Emperor's words, cautiously replies, My dear Lord Frieza, you are too generous. I am but a lowly servant to you. I expect no reward for my work, sire, but I am eternally grateful. Frieza then just nonchalantly replies, Oh, don't be silly. It's the least I could do. Here, hold my drink. And immediately throws his glass of wine straight into the eyes of his soldier, coldly, for devastating effect. Frieza then just walks past the subordinate who is still writhing in pain and says, Come, soldier, take me to these supposed Dragon Balls. Don't take too long, or your loving leader won't be too happy. Still bleeding from the eyes and in pain, the henchman responds, Yes, my lord, I shall take you there at once. Gah! And with that, Frieza's spaceship sets coordinates for this mystery planet and heads directly for it at speed. Some time passes, and just as the foot soldier had said, 3 mysterious balls, which certainly resemble Dragon Balls, are seen. And standing before them is Frieza, who, while sinisterly smiling, then recounts, My, Well, hasn't this taken some time? From Namek to Earth, I've been fooled at every turn by those damn monkeys. It's almost hard to believe the day has finally come. Almost like I'm in one of Arj's fan mongers. But here I am, alone and with nothing to stop me. Dragon, come forth and grant my wishes! And on uttering those words, as if magic, the 3 Dragon Balls begin glowing before emitting a light so bright before Frieza that his henchmen must shield themselves. And lo and behold, a unique and mysterious looking dragon that has never been seen before emerges from the ball, far larger than both Shenron and Porunga, before it finally demands,
"You have summoned me. My name is Dragoon. Name your 3 wishes."
And standing below is an excited Frieza, who in all honesty still can't believe this has finally happened, and understandably not willing to take any chances, finally reveals his first wish. "Dragon, for my first wish, I wish for immortality." What? Lord Frieza! Immediately every single one of Frieza's henchmen are left shocked at his wish, knowing all too well the horror he will now bring on this universe. And on hearing this, the dragon's eyes flash as he says shockingly,
"Your wish shall be granted."
Immediately Frieza's body is enveloped by a mysterious aura that appears momentarily before vanishing as fast as it came. In the process, Frieza looks down at his hands before noting, "My body, it feels new, fresh. I feel unbeatable. I feel immortal!" Breaking out into a sinister laugh that sends shivers down his own men's spines. Meanwhile, however, the dragon then interrupts,
Ahem. Sorry to interrupt, but you have 2 more wishes available. Name your second wish.
Frieza, who has calmed down at this point, then replies, "Oh my, I'm so sorry, Dragoon. My second wish is... In fact, my second and third wish will be for you to bring back my father King Cold and brother Cooler to this planet." Huh? Lord Cold and Cooler? This cannot be! And once again, his henchmen lay back in complete shock at his wishes. Before once again, Dragoon announces,
Your wishes have been granted.
And so his eyes flash once again before he vanishes along with the 3 Dragon Balls which shoot off into the sky, into 3 different directions. And just as the dragon had said, King Cold and Cooler finally appeared, alive once again after all these years. They both look down at their now flesh bodies and King Cold remarks, "Cooler, our bodies, they've returned. Are we alive, my son?" And Cooler responds, I'm not sure, father. Did maybe Babidi do this with his magic?" But eventually, King Cold notices standing before him is a familiar figure, and he yells out, "Frieza! My son! Is that you?" And then immediately runs towards his son and grabs him to hug him, unable to contain himself, saying, "My boy, Frieza! So you are the one responsible for us coming back. I should have known. I always wondered why Cooler and myself never saw you down in hell." Eventually, however, Frieza is visibly uncomfortable and replies, Father, please. You can let go now." So ultimately King Cold then lets go, but immediately then questions, "How did you do this? What power have you gained? The last thing I remember is being destroyed by that blonde brat. Please tell me you destroyed him and got revenge for our son. Oh, how I wish I could have been there to see that." Frieza then says with a smug smirk, "Ha! Of course I did, father. That brat is no longer an issue. But to answer your first question, I wished you back with the power of special orbs on this planet known as Dragon Balls. I had 3 wishes. I used them to wish brother and yourself back. And for my last wish, I made myself immortal."
What?
King Cold is immediately shocked, saying, "Are you serious, my son? Surely not." And Frieza just calmly replies, "Oh, father, since when have I ever been known to lie to you? This was our aim when we first arrived on Earth, to exterminate that monkey Goku. But I finally managed it now." King Cold, knowing his son well, now begins to believe Frieza, remarking, "Well, I'll be darned. Frieza, you actually did it! If this is truly the case, with our combined power, no one in the universe could stop us. Not even Beerus. Just think, an immortal emperor of the universe!" To which Frieza replies, "Precisely, father." As the two then simultaneously break out into laughter. However, meanwhile, staring from afar is an unimpressed Cooler who comments, "Of course a weakling like you, Frieza, needed to wish for immortality to compensate for your strength. I thank you for reviving me, dear little brother, but I refuse to call someone weaker than me the Emperor of the Universe. Immortal or not, you stand below me in every way." Frieza, however, then responds smugly, saying, "Ho ho ho, it's nice to see you too, elder brother, but what makes you think you're stronger than me? I think you might find underestimating me to be a costly mistake. You would be wise to remember that in 10 years, a lot can change." Cooler then responds angrily, "What? Don't get cocky, Frieza. I'm still leagues above a brat like you." To which Frieza, now with a smile on his face, then antagonizes his brother, saying, "Leagues above? Oh dear brother, I've missed hearing how deluded you always were. No wonder father chose me to be his successor over you." Ha ha! "Why you? I'll kill you for that, you insolent brat!" Yeah! Immediately, Cooler rushes in enraged, but as expected, Frieza dodges with complete ease, smirking at Cooler as he does so. Cooler notices this, thinking, "Just a lucky dodge. With one hit landed, this brat will run back to father wounded just like always." Yeah! But once again, his attack misses. "Take this!" But even his attempt at a ki blast, though on target, is swatted away by Frieza as if just a fly. A smiling Frieza then taunts further, saying, "Is this the league you were speaking of? When are you going to punish me for my insolence, dear elder brother? I'm waiting." And once again, Cooler rushes in, even angrier than before. But every attack is blocked or parried by Frieza, who is hardly trying. Eventually, Cooler steps back and thinks to himself, "What's going on here? 10 years or not, I too have improved. How has he gotten this much faster?" And again, Cooler goes in on the offensive, aiming for Frieza's head. But even with his arms folded, everything misses. With a now deathly cold and smiling stare, Frieza remarks, "Now do you understand, Cooler? This is the new reality, where you accept me as your new emperor. I'm the big brother now. How dare you!" And in his final attempt at his most powerful punch, he notices it is completely stopped, and no less by a single finger, stunning both Cooler and King Cold. As the two watch on at the incredible gap in power Frieza shows, King Cold mutters, "Frieza, is that really you? Your power, it is magnificent!" And while hearing this, Frieza just slightly smiles, still staring coldly into the eyes of Cooler. With the three now in an awkward position, King Cold then intervenes and says, Now, boys, that's enough. We're a family, remember? Emperor or not, you two are brothers, and together we will rule this universe as we always had. Besides, my dear Cooler, we cannot ignore how powerful the young Frieza has gotten. He will make a fine emperor of the universe, and an immortal one at that. Cooler, then still tilted, then quickly moves his fist away and says, "It's nothing impressive. I was barely trying. Give me a few days to train, and I'll be far beyond this weakling." And Frieza, smirking, then says, "Oh brother, it's funny you mention training, as I recently completed some, and in the process gained a form even greater than this, and greater than your final form by a mile." To which Cooler replies, "Another form? Beyond mine? Don't be silly. We both know I was the only one in the family to go beyond." But as he says that, Frieza then begins to power up, while calmly saying, "Like I said, dear brother, a lot can change in 10 years. Behold, my ultimate power!" Cooler and King Cold are both then pushed back by the sheer force of his transformation, and once complete, standing before them is Golden Frieza, who then sinisterly says, "I call this form Golden Frieza." The two family members are shocked by both the brightness and power exuding as Cooler comments, This power," while King Cold says, "Frieza, my son, just what have you become in my absence?" Eventually King Cold looks on at his son, now calmed down, and says with a proud grin, "Never in our race's history have we ever seen something like this. You truly have outdone yourself, Frieza." And in his golden form, Frieza replies, "Why yes, you could definitely say that, father. This golden form not only puts those pathetic monkeys and their Super Saiyan transformation to shame, it's a power that rivals the gods themselves." And King Cold replies, "Amazing, just amazing. This universe is truly ours. Ha 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 ha." However, yet again, Cooler looks on in silence, unable to say a word this time in anger to Frieza, and begins slowly walking to his younger brother, before finally, without warning, bowing before him, much to the surprise of Frieza. Well, this is quite the development. While King Cold looks on with a smile, thinking, "Cooler, I'm proud of you too, son." Before he too then bows before Golden Frieza. Following this, simultaneously, all of Frieza's men also bow down to Frieza, as both King Cold and Cooler then as one recite, "All hail Lord Frieza, the new Emperor of the Universe," leaving Frieza with a sinister smirk as he thinks to himself, "And now, my revenge on the monkeys finally begins." But that was it for today's video, guys, and if you made it this far, leave me a hashtag Frieza in the comments down below and let me know if you want a part 2 to this manga. Since, as you know, I am the one writing and creating all of these stories, and if you want to support my work, you can do so on Patreon for $3 a month or joining my YouTube membership. Either option is less than a cup of coffee, and on Patreon you get rewarded over 250 plus manga to read instantly. Links will be in the description and pinned comment, but if you want to see more of my signature style of content, click on one of these 2 videos on the right now. Until next video, guys, cheers.